It is 6:17 and time now for What's Trending. One Upper Peninsula Michigan family is feeling whole again after connecting with their long-lost daughter. Marshall Davis from Gwynn was a master sergeant during the Vietnam War. Davis got a week of leave and he spent that week in Australia and met a girl. Living life in the U.S., Davis thought everything was normal until his nephew did a DNA test and found out that he had a cousin in Australia. When Davis found out about it, he knew that she was his and he couldn't be happier. Maxine Lewis of Lake Macquarie, New South Wales, Australia, says she tried for years to learn the identity of her father. Lewis was 50 years old when she was given a DNA test as a gift. She booked a plane to meet him in person, and the family is going to spend the week exploring everything that the UP has to offer. And
How
that is
about
a
that?
nice, heartwarming story. 50 years later, and you finally get to meet your long-lost daughter. That's awesome to hear.
Right, that's really cool. I mean, you do these DNA tests, so and you're like, whoa, you
Makes me want to do one now, just to see if I have any like distant relatives that I don't know about.
I'm sure there might be somebody there. They might try to find out. I'm always curious about other relatives I may not know about either, because once you get farther down the family tree, the cousins, second cousins, etc.,
your brain, a few generations past too, like great-great-grandparents, and I always wondered like who was in my family.
Yeah, you just think about it and your brain kind of explodes because there's so much there, right? Family trees also gets to be a little tricky from time to time. But otherwise, you want to talk about something interesting right now?
This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, this is very interesting, especially for you cat lovers out there. It's a case of a cat owner catnapping the wrong cat. Would you mistake someone else's cat for your own? Well, Kelly McCann's cat, George, escaped the other day, but Kelly thought she spied him as she drove up to her house in Ontario, Canada. But when she entered the house, she saw George in the house. Both cats do look similar, so McCann accidentally stole someone's cat, and McCann did release the cat in the general facility of where she found the cat. So that's kind of interesting. You got two cats that look very alike, so that's kind of a big oops, and hopefully that other cat made it home okay.
Yeah, that's a big oops. And you know, I've seen the video. I don't know if it's actually been shown just yet, but the cats do look really similar together.
They do look similar.
I can understand the mistake. So yeah, I think that was a missing cat, and then that's her cat. So they look really similar.
There it is, yep.
I can understand the mistake that has happened, and yeah, like there's a still image of it.
Yeah, so I can see why that can get mixed up. So she did the right thing, dropping it back off where she found it, and hopefully.
Kind of surprised she didn't go to the Humane Society to maybe drop it off there, but
maybe she probably knew some stuff that's not mentioned in the story. Like maybe she knew like this cat belonged to somebody, or. But yeah, I know a lot of people let their cats run around outside, which I'm not personally a big fan of, though, because I know especially here in the Northwoods, for example, there's a lot of other animals that like to run around. Predators that like to kill a lot of animals too, like coyotes and wolves, and not good for cats. So always good to keep them as safe as possible. And if you do let them outside, definitely keep an eye on them and make sure get them back inside.
Yeah. So you've had a few cats growing up. Have you ever done this, or would you ever? Do you see yourself ever possibly doing that?
I personally don't see myself doing it, but I can understand why it would happen in a situation. Those cats did look similar. My family had a calico cat. Unfortunately, she passed away of old age and some health issues too. And right now we have another cat as well, an orange cat, though, very goofy cat too. Yeah, and a very verbal cat too. My parents just returned home from vacation, and let's just say that cat was very happy to have them home.
Gotcha, understand. So taking a turn to our last story, a group of boaters on a fishing expedition became themselves the catch of the day when a Coast Guard chopper crew hoisted them to safety after a sudden lightning strike cut their pleasure cruise short. The shocking strike hit the boat about 100 miles off of Tampa Bay's coast, disabling it and reportedly knocking one of the passengers out for a moment. The vessel was equipped with an electronic safety beacon that, once activated, allowed the Coast Guard rescuers to quickly find the group and pull them one by one to safety. And I honestly didn't even know about that beacon that goes off when it gets struck by lightning. So I guess when you're in the lightning capital of the world,
Yeah, probably.
It's still lightning capital of the world, Florida, isn't it?
I believe so. I've heard it said that before too. If it's not the lightning capital, it'll still be one of the top.
Yeah.
Because it sees a lot of thunderstorms and everything. In fact, I think that Tampa Bay, that Brewers game last night, I think there were some thunderstorms in the area, which is why the Tampa Bay Rays have a fully enclosed stadium, because they'd be dealing with a lot of rain delays and everything else, courtesy of the lightning.
The Marlins used to. I remember when they played outside, but Yeah, it was definitely a close call in there, Carl.
Yeah, close call. Glad everyone's okay and they were able to get everyone to safety as well. It's smart to have those safety features on the boat.